Stevenson. But what the hell did I just see? Oshaki Foster was robbed. I actually want to say something else. He got violated. I never saw such a robbery before in my life. This is the biggest robbery I've seen since Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis won, where you clearly, and it was obvious who won the fight. Oshaki Foster boxed circles around Robeson Conceição, and somehow, some way, Conceição wins a split decision in a fight that it wasn't even, when I say it wasn't even close, it wasn't even close. This is what's wrong with boxing. It wasn't even a close fight. I don't even see how they could have had this fight a split decision. I mean, Foster outboxed circles around Conceição. But yet, you had some judges, two out of the three judges had it in favor of Conceição. I mean, you got to be kidding me. This was the biggest robbery I've seen in years. I understand back and forth fights, but Foster pretty much did what he wanted. He was landing better punches. He looked better. He controlled the pace of the fight. I mean, at the end of the day, this fight wasn't hard to score. I had it pretty much, maybe at best, Conceição winning one round. But for him to win a split decision? What are we doing here? If I'm I mean, I don't know what Oshaki Foster can do. I mean, the thing he could do, hopefully he gets an immediate rematch. And somebody must have really felt bad for Conceição. But I know in his heart of hearts, I know he didn't win that fight. He knows he didn't win that fight. When I say it wasn't even close. It's not even up for debate. It wasn't even, well, I can see the judges say, no. He got beat in every facet. He just got outboxed. He got out hit. I mean, Conceição threw more punches, but clearly Foster was landing the more meaningful punches. Great uppercut, great combinations, great jab. Every once in a while, Conceição would land a decent punch. And I don't want to hear no shit about, oh, Foster was running. He stood right in front of me. He stood right in front of Conceição the whole fight. The whole fight, he stood in front of him. So I don't want to hear this stuff about he was running and all that. Anybody that comes on here saying that he was running, you a damn lie. But we know there's not going to be much backlash. We know there's not going to be a call for outrage because, Foster is black. So there's not going to be any outrage. It's just going to be the typical, oh, well. There's going to be the typical, oh, well. Because if it was the other way around, people go, oh, it's an outrage. This is what's wrong with boxing. This is what, So, that was just crazy. That was just, it was ludicrous. Bro, what were we watching? I mean, how do you even find 3 rounds to give Conceição, let alone give him the victory? He got beat in every facet. This is why I keep saying in boxing, they may need to change the rule. Maybe they need an extra judge. Maybe if there's controversy, maybe they need to rescore the fight. I think that they should rewatch the fight. If they have this type of controversy, rewatch the fight and then render a decision within maybe 48 hours. But that fight clearly right there was robbery. I mean, I thought, like I said, I've seen some robberies before. I've seen maybe some questionable fights, but I haven't seen a robbery like this since Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield won, where Lennox Lewis clearly won that fight at least 9 rounds to 3. Worst case scenario, 8 rounds to 4. Boxing is just wow. I've been saying this for the longest. When you have controversial fights like this, you need to make the judges available, and they need to explain how they came up with their decision. And that's just real talk. I need an explanation how they came up with a decision in favor of Conceição. If you wonder why boxing is headed down a slippery slope, it's because of crazy stuff like this. There is nobody in their right mind that can sit up here with a straight face and tell me that Conceição won the fight. Nobody can sit up here and this is the problem in boxing. You had a great card so far. I got to get ready to go because Shakur is about to get ready to fight. Here you go. You have a great card. Pretty much primarily, if you want to call it a card featuring pretty much black fighters, black American fighters. And then you have this crazy stuff happen. All because the judges couldn't get it right. They really need to explain to me. Now, I can't wait to see the post-fight press conference, how Bob Arum is going to explain it. This is crazy. Those judges need to be investigated. This is one fight you cannot and remotely try to justify Conceição winning this fight. But like I said, there's not going to be no public outrage. And like I said, we already know why. The only time people holler about robbery and corruption is when it's a non-black fighter that allegedly get robbed. There was I mean, this wasn't even close. You know, if I'm a Shaki Foster, this is one of these situations where you just want to say, you know what, man, fuck boxing. They have to give this. They have to order a immediate rematch. Have to. But anyway, you guys, we'll discuss this later on after the Shakur Stevenson fight. Definitely gonna talk about this. Anyway, this your boy Town. I'm out.